How's it going, everybody? Clint here with Log Cabin Fence, and I've got my good friend Megan Ruse beside me, and we want to share some details about the upcoming Log Cabin Cares Sporting Clay benefit. It is the last Sunday in April, and that's not that far away. That's Sunday, April 26th. So we wanted to share some details about the event and tell you about the Mrs. Claus Club. So that Sunday, it's a 10 a.m. start, 100 rounds, a good lunch, and it all goes to a great cause, the Mrs. Claus Club. So get online, logcabincares.org. You can do your registration. If you need a brochure sent to you, I'd be happy to do that. Comment on here. We will mail these out to you. But I'm going to turn it over to Megan and let her tell you about what the Mrs. Claus Club is, what they do, and why this is an event you should support.
Thanks, Clint. So we're very honored to be the beneficiary this year of Log Cabin Cares. The Imes family and Log Cabin has been a very important part of our lives as a family for many, many years. So I've attended this clay shoot, my husband and all of his friends have, for many years, and it is a wonderful event. And so to bring my organization to be a part of it this year is very special for us. So the Mrs. Claus Club, we're actually celebrating our 20th year this year.
Fantastic.
So it's a big year for us. And what we are just a local club here in Washington County. And what we do is support local cancer patients. So we don't care if it's a child, if it's male, female, what type of cancer, what stage. We support all types, and we do it locally. So that is the big thing for us is what happens whenever you get a cancer diagnosis is a lot of people spend a lot of time worried about the medical aspect. What they learned, Jenna Vasco started this club almost 20 years ago, and a group of her friends. And it started because their parents were going through a cancer diagnosis. And what they learned while going through that is there's a lot of side effects. There's a lot of just personal things that are needed through the treatment process that kind of you got to learn as you go. So over the last 20 years, through talking with other survivors, talking through caregivers, talking to doctors and nurses, we've kind of gathered a good group of items. And these are everyday items that you can get at the shelf, off the shelf in the store, but they help in your journey of having cancer. So for example, what we do is if you are a member of Mrs. Claus Club and you've came to our event, if you've supported, we'll talk about the event in a little bit, but you can request a basket from us. And it's at mrsclausclubofbentleyville.com. You can go to our website, click on basket requests. So for example, Clint has a loved one that was diagnosed with cancer. So he reached out to me and says, hey, can we do one of these bags for her? And I said, absolutely. So part of the request is we ask a little bit about that person. So kind of what diagnosis they have, what treatment, are they doing radiation or chemo? And then what we really love about our organization is we like to personalize things. So let's start out with just some general ideas of what we do here for just every patient. These are some of these everyday products that help aid in side effects. So for example, if you're going through chemo, you get a lot of dry mouth. So we have a line of like mouthwash, moisture spray, sensitive teeth. Radiation, you get radiation burns and you're not allowed to use any fragrances or any dyes in your stuff. So, we have sensitive free body wash. We have aluminum free deodorant. And so these are kind of these everyday items that we put in. Satin pillowcases, because when you start to lose your hair, even if you don't lose hair, your scalp gets very itchy and sore. So we've learned about that. Obviously a Mrs. Claus water, because you obviously want to keep your water intake up. So these are a lot of like comfort items that we include in all of our baskets. Then the fun part comes along as we ask about that person. And what we do is kind of personalize things. So just for example, everybody gets a blanket, but this lady's favorite color is green. So we put in a green blanket. We also include a little lunch box. So if you're going to cancer treatments, you want to pack a few snacks, you can do that. These are one of our nice items. We also include, this is called a chemo port sweatshirt. So it kind of looks similar to one of these quarter zip sweatshirts, but they have two zippers right here and they unzip open so they can access their ports. So this is a really nice item, but it doesn't look medical. It looks like a really nice just pullover. We also put in one of our t-shirts. But then, for example, this lady, she loved baking. So we went out and we personally shop for the personal items. So that's a fun part of all. There's myself and I have 4 other board members. So we just rotate going through. If we get a basket request in, we put in some of our standard items, and then we like to go shop for that person. So we went shopping for this person. They like to bake. We got a book about baking, just because, again, if you're going through chemo, you're going to be doing a lot of sitting.
Sure.
So we do books. We also do coloring books. So there's a lot of coloring books and coloring things. And then we got some cookbooks for her, some baking cookbooks. And we got an apron in here. She also liked green, so we went and got one of these little nice green sling bags to be able to throw on if you're going to treatment and everything. We also then pack full a card of gift cards. So we like to ask where they like to eat, where they like to shop. So she likes to go to Juniper Grill. We go out and find some more local. So we are supporting other local businesses as well. So it's nice to see that. So they also get into that. One other thing that I like to mention, so this request didn't need a wig. However, we have a great partner in Studio 7. We have like a wig bank there. So if you do need a wig, you can let us know, and we provide a gift certificate that you can take to Studio 7, and they can get a wig at Studio 7. And Nancy Frazier and Alicia have been great partners from day one for us, and another local business that we like to support. Yeah. So all in all, this is basically, and this is all free. So you just request, and there's nothing needed. We provide all of this. And somewhere it gets up to almost like $800, the value of these bags.
I'm sure.
So, and we do these requests all year long. So we don't know. Some days we'll get 5 in a row. Some days we might not get any for a few weeks, but we do take the requests all year long.
It's a fantastic program. We had announced a year ago at last year's event that Mrs. Claus Club would be the beneficiary for the 2026 event. I personally had never known anybody going through cancer. I wasn't aware of all of these needs and comfort items. In the last year, I've had 2 personal friends get diagnosed, and that's one of these baskets is going to them. And I'm appreciative that there's an organization like this in Washington County to just help. And that's why Log Cabin Cares is here, is to help, to just try to make our community better. So ways that you can help. You can attend the event. You can make a donation to the event. You can join the Mrs. Claus Club, attend their fundraiser, which is in November
14th this year. Yep.
So November 14th, if you're not into sporting clays, but you want to support Mrs. Claus Club, and this is a more women-centric event.
Yeah, our event is a women's only event, but we make our men work. So if you are a guy that wants to volunteer,
there you go.
You can also come help volunteer.
So just to wrap things up, the last Sunday in April, April 26th, please join us. Please help us help the Mrs. Claus Club. All of the details are on our website at Log Cabin Fence, on logcabincares.org. And then also on there is a connection to the Mrs. Claus Club if you want to learn more. So follow the socials, help these great people that are helping our community. So thanks for watching. We hope to see you at the end of the month.
Thank you.